welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, hello for the first time. And today is a Friday, happy Friday. And normally on Fridays we do Friday night lives, so a live video, but today, because it's December and as a circus artist, as you guys know, that is my by far busiest time of the year. On this Friday night, I am currently in a car about halfway between Paris and Luxembourg coming back from a show. So that is why we're doing a pre-recorded video this evening, but I did want to wait until I was doing a pre-recorded video to talk about the subjects. I think that it'll be quite fun to add in like a bunch of photos and little video clips and things. So I've been holding this one back, but I'm really excited to talk about it because since December is so busy and kind of gray and rainy this year, it's got me dreaming about holidays. And I thought that maybe you guys are dreaming about holidays as well, which is why we're going to talk about 4 of my very favorite places to visit in France. I've been super lucky with work, with traveling for shows, with traveling just for fun, or just passing through almost every different region of France. There are so many different varied and amazing places in France. It's really incredible how much variety there is within France. If you're looking for a certain type of travel experience, there's just so many options between if you want a beach experience or a mountain experience or a city experience or a history experience. So honestly, like, I think you can find basically anything in France, but these are 4 of my very favorite places that I've traveled to within the last couple of years. So we're going to start off with a place that I never had on my list as a like I must visit this. It was something that was like, oh yeah, that would probably be cool, but it's kind of an accident that I actually ended up there, and that is the Pyrenees mountains. So the Pyrenees are the mountain chain that go between France and Spain on the southern border of France. In French, they're the Pyrenees. And the reason I kind of accidentally ended up there is because Laurent's family is from the Pyrenees. They live in Pau, which is about an hour away from where the real big mountains start. So we spent a lot of time there visiting his family, and every time we get on to visit, we make sure to have a little excursion in the mountains because, as you guys know, I am a big hiker. I love hiking, and there are so many great places to do it in France, but the Pyrenees have been really one of the most surprising. I did not know how extreme of a mountain range they were, or the variety of places you can go. I love that you get that feeling of like super dramatic high mountains like you do in the Alps as well. But then there's also a lot of animals. We've seen wild horses. We've seen a lot of farming animals like sheep and cows and various livestock that are herded in the Pyrenees. And then also, of course, the marmots, which are just so cute. I love a marmot. The thing that most people don't know about marmots is that when you get too close to their lair, they come out and they stand up on their back legs and they just scream at you like, ah! And you're like, what is happening? It's actually kind of terrifying. But he heard the marmot. You heard the marmot. Yeah, he did. There's hiking for all levels as well. We've done everything from really easy 1-hour-long treks in a little circle to last year I went by myself because I was dropping off the boys, Laurent's sons, with their grandparents, and then I went and did like a couple of days of much harder hiking just for fun for myself. So there's really like a wide variety in the Pyrenees. There's also a lot of really interesting history with, for example, the Cathar people, which I'm going to do a video about eventually. I just haven't completed enough research to get that done yet. And of course, there's a bunch of skiing. Obviously, if you're a skier, there are a lot of great places. I visited a town called Cotteret, that's a ski town. I was there in the summer. That's where I did my big hiking in the Pyrenees. But there's also a great skiing culture there in the winter. So I cannot recommend highly enough the Pyrenees. Definitely go visit. Next up, we've got a couple of places that are kind of grouped together in a little clump of really nice destinations. So the first one you might have heard of before, and that is Giverny. It's about an 1.5-hour drive to the west of Paris, and it's the home of Claude Monet, the famous Impressionist painter. It is so worth a visit. Just walking through Monet's gardens is stunning. It's beautiful. You can go inside his house. It's very fun. Highly recommend. It is better if you can try to go to like like more of an off-peak season or hours, like for example during a weekday, because there are generally quite a lot of tourists, but it is so worth it. But while you're already at Giverny, there's a couple of other places that are super fun to visit as well and very close by. In fact, less than a half-hour drive. The first one is the town of Vernon. This is where you would get off the train if you're taking the train from Paris to Giverny. Don't skip it. Honestly, I know a lot of people who just go directly train Vernon direct to Giverny, but take time in Vernon because it is beautiful. It is a really cute, typical French town, and there's a lot of things to see. There's a small chateau. There's a small little house that's built like partly over the river that's really fun to go see. There's a lot of great restaurants and cafes in Vernon. There's a cat cafe. If you're a cat person, you can go and have a coffee with some cats. It's very nice. We really, really enjoy going there anytime we're in that area. And while we're also in that area, there is my favorite of the things that are in the little trio of sightseeing around Giverny. That is Chateau Gaillard. Chateau Gaillard was a medieval castle that was built by Richard the Lionheart, the King of England, you might know from the Robin Hood legend. And it was his favorite castle. He in fact once said that even if Chateau Gaillard was made out of butter, he could still defend it because it was so well designed. Today it's more of a ruin, so it's got a really beautiful atmosphere to it of that kind of like ruined medieval historical feel. There's a beautiful view as you drive right up, and then you go in, you can take a tour around the inside. It's so fun. Laurent and I have visited it a couple of times and it's just super fun. Even when you've been before, I love Chateau Gaillard. And then just in front of Chateau Gaillard, there's a beautiful little town called Les Andelys that's really worth a walk through. There's a lot of cute little cafes and restaurants again, and it's a great place to sit down and have a drink looking up at the chateau. Speaking of places that you might have heard of, the next one is not a super secret, but it is well worth a visit. It's the Loire Valley. If you like chateaus, if you like history like I am obsessed with, it's a super fun holiday. Laurent and I, a couple years ago, we ended up having kind of a last minute holiday planning because we weren't sure what our summer schedule was going to be until literally the night before we left. And so we had zero planning. We decided just to take Laurent's camping van and drive around the Loire Valley, and we had one of the best holidays we've ever had. It is so much fun just to wander and like find different chateaus, not even to plan it so much, just, you know, we're passing that chateau. That looks nice. A few chateaus do have appointments, like the more famous ones, like for example Chenonceau, you have to make an appointment to go in, but most of them you just show up, buy a ticket, and wander around, take a little tour, see what it's like. There's really a lot of great options. We had a great time. You'll have a great time. It's a super fun little holiday, and the nature is beautiful. There's so much beautiful nature in the Loire Valley, especially in the summer. And so finally, I'm gonna say, I think this is a surprisingly well-kept secret of a destination because you don't hear about it that much, and even French people don't know about it like that much. It's also really close to home, close to Everdeen. So we've been quite a few times, and it really holds up even after you've been a few times. And that is Le Puy-en-Velay. So the Puy-en-Velay is kind of just below the center of France. And it's a town that's called Le Puy-en-Velay because a puy is like a very vertical, extreme little hill, and it is full of them. There's all these really dramatic hills, so it almost looks like the churches and things that are on top of them are just popping up out of the landscape. It's also a super cute town. The buildings are all these beautiful little pastel colors. Again, lots of great restaurants. It's France, what can I say? And you can take a train from Le Puy-en-Velay to the south of France that's known as one of the most beautiful train rides in Europe. It's very famous for being like an absolutely gorgeous ride, and I have done it and I can say that that is absolutely true. It is super fun. It's about a 3-hour train ride between Le Puy-en-Velay and Nîmes, and it's super beautiful. Very much worth it. But Le Puy-en-Velay is definitely worth a visit. I'm surprised it's not more of a famous tourist destination. I guess it's kind of under wraps. So there you have it. That's 4 of my favorite places in France to visit. But again, like if I'm honest, I visited so many places that I just really love in France. So if you guys enjoy this video, we can definitely do a part 2. I've got more. That sounded like a threat. Anyway. I am going to leave it there for this video. I'm just going to say, as usual, a big thank you to our patrons. Thank you so much, patrons. You guys are amazing. We really appreciate your support. And you've probably seen little extra snippets of some of these places if you're on the Patreon, because we do little extra videos over there. And if you're interested in that, check out the link right below this video, because it will lead you to our Patreon, where you can become a patron too if you are so inclined. There's also a big thank you for you guys for watching this video and subscribing to this channel, and for giving this video a big thumbs up if you feel inclined to do that. That's a big thank you from me, because I really appreciate that. And I will see you guys on Monday with another more lifestyle kind of video. We're gonna be, I want to do something Christmassy, so hopefully a Christmassy but definitely a French lifestyle video on Monday. And then next Monday, the Monday after, we'll be back at Everdeen doing furniture in the 1930s bedroom. We're gonna be furnishing it and decorating it, so don't miss that. So that's it for today, and with that, I will see you guys next time. Recording video, but come say hello and give me a little kiss. Come say hello and give me a little kiss.
Hello.
You got lipstick on your face now.
Well, it's fine.